Coach Niumatalolo. Coach, if you could start with an opening statement.
Well, I think that game definitely, first of all, give Coach Taggart and South Florida credit. I mean, that's a good football team. They're a good football team and well coached, so give them credit. They're playing well on a 3-0 streak coming in. But that game to me is a testament to the character and the fortitude of our players. I don't know if you can start the game any worse, and I don't know if you can start the second half any worse. But to our kids' credit, they just kept fighting. Things looked bleak many times during that game. But again, a testament to the character of our young men, they just continue to battle, continue to keep believing, and just couldn't be more proud of them. But like I said, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from South Florida. I mean, that was a slugfest. I mean, that was a slugfest. They'd hit us in the mouth, we hit them back. They hit us, we hit them back, and just proud that our guys found a way to win.
Questions?
Ken, Keenan obviously ties the all-time touchdown record. He puts you ahead for good and then slams the door there at the end. How was his head, first of all, and then is kind of appropriate the way he set the record today?
Well, I'll just tell you, the kid is smarter than I am. I was going to kick the field goal. I was going to kick the field goal. You know, in my mind, just everything in my coaching mind, go up 8. You know what I mean? Just everything pointed towards that. Just go up 8, make them score a touchdown, make them kick, make a 2-point play to beat you. I mean, they only can tie it. They can't beat you. So everything was kicking, and we were going to kick, and he just looked, Coach, go out. He goes, we can get this. And I just, it seemed like, it was like 3 seconds, but it seemed like an eternity. It was like, the Jeopardy, Final Jeopardy. What did I do? But I trusted the kid, you know what I mean? All right, let's go for it. But it was against everything that I was going to do and everything I believe. But like I said, that's why he's got this, tied to record. He's a lot smarter than I am.
That drive after they missed the field goal, you get the ball midway through the fourth quarter, something like that. That drive, Keenan had 56 yards on that drive, and that was a big one. 80 yards to go get the go-ahead score. Can you talk about that drive? I mean, that was showed a lot of.
And I thought Coach Jasper did an unbelievable job with the offensive staff. We were trying to find cracks anywhere we could find it. Just from different schemes, changing up schemes. And I know most people just think we just duck up behind the fullback, but we got so many different schemes going on, formations, try to jimmy rig holes and stuff, and we had a hard time finding them. And Keenan's credit and Coach Jasper's credit, they just continue to keep plugging away. But that was huge. I thought Tongo coming in that position, what a position for him to come in, and he made some huge plays to get us going. But like I said, that's Keenan Reynolds. He's been doing that for 4 years, and it's not a surprise.
Coach, I want to ask you about Meyer on the forced fumble and fumble recovery. I mean, how huge was that?
Actually, when he started going that way again, why did we kick it to him again? And that's my fault. And that's nobody else's fault. I mean, he left the game, so we thought, after that first kickoff, we didn't know if he got hurt or what ended up happening to him, because we were going to start sky kicking it, and we say, well, he's not in the game anymore. And just when I looked up, he was back there. I said, oh, crap. But that kid can fly. And Myers, that was the turning point in the game. Because they had all the momentum now. They got the ball, I don't know what it was, 45, 50-yard line. And, they're going to have momentum. But that was a huge play by Meyer. And couldn't be more proud of him. Here's a kid that's just stayed the course, lost his starting positions on special teams, and comes up with a huge play.
Ken, a week after you all gained 133 rushing yards, you have 3 players today running for 100 yards. What was the difference?
Our line, blocked hard. Those guys ran hard. And, just execution. Those guys, blocked real hard. Like I said, I thought Ivan and offense staff did a good job of doing some good things. We just weren't finishing drives, though. We were moving the ball in the first half and stuff, or we'd get down there and, we had that fumble that hurt us. But again, I thought our kids bounced back, but we just, that's us. We got to grind it out. We try to limit people's possessions. In an age when everybody's trying to go hurry up and get more possessions, we're trying to slow down the game a little bit. And I thought the defense played phenomenal. We gave up that long pass, but other than that, I thought they had a hard time running the ball against us. And they were a really good running team. And our goal coming into this game was stop the run. And I thought, again, Dale, defensive staff, and our defensive players did a great job with that.
62 yards rushing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you the exactly same question about the defense held the fort until the offense could kind of get those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
And that's what we're going to have to do to win. You know, there's some times where maybe the defense isn't playing as well, and offense has got to pick up the load. If there's some times where the offense isn't, then the defense has got to pick up the load. But I thought, you know, we had a really good game plan against the run. We knew Flowers was, you know, we had a couple times coming off the edge. We got people coming scot-free, but he's hard to tackle. And, you know, we knew Mac could run. There's a couple plays that handed the ball off to him, and he outran our leverage players. You know, just so dynamic, those 2 players. But I thought our defense did a really good job of containing those 2 guys, which was huge. You know, we knew they were going to try to run the ball with those 2 guys and take some shots deep, which they did. And they got, you know, one on us, or that crossing route. But for the most part, we did a good job.
Any other questions for Coach?
All right, one more, Coach. Next week with Memphis. This is a big game now with both of you undefeated in the West.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. It's going to be a huge challenge for everybody in our program. But it's like, this is what you play for. I mean, I don't think our kids wanted any other way. Getting ready to play a really, really good football team at 3rd place in a hostile environment, a place that they beat Ole Miss. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
So I know you're tired of talking about it, but you're gonna have to talk about it now probably, and at least once more, right? But I mean, Coach said that was your call. Apparently, you were offensive coordinator for that play, right? So how big of a play was that for you?
I mean, it was huge. You know, I just on the 1-yard line, I knew that them guys up front were gonna blow them off the ball. I was like, Coach, we don't need to kick field goal here. Let's don't even give them any life. They're not gonna stuff us on the 1. And we just ran our best play, and the guys blocked the tails off, and we punched it in.
Was that the follow play where you follow the fullback in?
Yeah.
Dyson, just talk about the offense after last week, tough sledding. You all came out. You had 3 100-yard rushers, first time in program history, all 3 of you. First, never happened before in school history.
Yes, sir. Well, we play as a team. We all block for each other. Once we execute, we get downhill. We run pretty good.
Keenan, for the record to come in this setting, you know, when you had to have touchdowns to go ahead and to kind of slam the door, does that make it even more special for you?
Yeah, I mean, but it's just a number. I mean, at the end of the day, it was all about, you know, getting ahead, putting the game out of reach. And we were able to execute that play. And, I mean, it's a big deal. Obviously, very blessed, fortunate. But, you know, I always deflect the attention to the teammates because I always say it's 11 guys out there working. You know, it might be DeMond's block to spring Dyson. It might be EK and Joey's block to spring Chris. It might be Chris's block to spring me. So, you know, we all play off each other. And, you know, I think our guys take more pride in blocking than running, honestly. You know, watching guys get out there and throw their bodies around, and they'll put it all on the line so somebody else can get the glory. I mean, that speaks volumes to our team and the kind of character those guys in the locker room have and the love we have for each other.
Hey, Chris, last week you ran for 130 yards, 3 combined the team, and today you have 3 rushers for 100. What was kind of the difference, do you think, this afternoon?
We actually knew what they were running this time. No, I'm playing. But we just lined up and execute. We had a good week of practice. We practiced hard, and it showed today.
Keenan, I know that the clinching touchdown was big, but the previous drive, I thought, where he went 80 yards to get the go-ahead score. Can you talk about that drive, and what did you all find there? You ran the ball quite a number of times on a little cutback play that seemed to be getting some good yardage.
You know, before we went out, I just told the guys this is gut check time. I mean, we want to be a great team. You know, this is where it starts. All the goals we had for as a team, this is an opportunity. We're down 1 point. Defense gets a huge stop, and they missed the field goal. Got to go 80 yards and got to make a play. And you know, everybody stepped up, and you know, we were just running our base stuff. And I was just trying to find lanes to run in, and you know, we just kept running at them, and we put together a pretty good drive.
I mean, Keenan and Dyson, both of you had to come out of the game. I think it was your shoulder, and then kind of fell awkwardly there on your neck. What does that say to be the first set of 300-yard rushers in program history in one game about your toughness to be able to, both of you having to come out of the game and come back in?
Well, Maya Crowell, once the incident happened, he said that pain is temporary, but God is forever. And when he told me that, I knew that my faith would get me through the game. I played with a bunch of tough teammates. I knew that they were going to get through the game as well.
Definitely. I mean, if you the type of people we have in the locker room, type of people we recruit, They're all tough. Everybody wants to be out there. And going back to what I said earlier, it's all about the love for each other. I mean, I love these guys right next to me, guys in the locker room. I don't want to miss a play because I feel like I'm letting them down. You know, I'm going to try to fight through everything and give everything I have, put my body on the line week in, week out. And I know each and every one of those guys will do the same. I mean, you guys didn't see it, but there were a lot of other guys out there fighting injuries, fighting pain to stay in the game that could have came out easily, took the easy way out, but, you know, they stayed fighting. And, I mean, that's just the type of team that we are.
Did you hurt your neck?
Yeah, I just got pile drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, didn't mean to cut you short there, too. I know you came out with an injury, too, so sorry about that.
It's cool.
Any other questions for the offensive guys?
Well, just talk about this game against Memphis. I mean, they've been the class of the conference so far, and you guys are going to go down there, and this is suddenly shaping up as a huge game within the conference.
Yeah, I mean, a great football team. Been watching them all year. Pretty awesome for me personally, going back to my home state, playing at home state. Have a lot of family there. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still football. The keys to win are always the same. Can't allow the external factors to go into it. And, you know, it's week to week. So this week's over. We're just going to move on, start preparing today.
Meyer, that strip was huge. I mean, I know it's been a tough season for you. You're not playing as much on defense as you had thought you might, but you persevered and make a huge play for your team.
Yeah, it was awesome. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. We was just trying to do better on kickoff. We had him get outside a couple times, so we were just trying to be relentless to the ball, and I got blessed with a blessing, gift on the ground. So.
Will is Keenan's roommate. You know him better than almost anyone. He obviously is deflecting credit for the touchdown record, but as a teammate, what does it mean to you to see him get it?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I'm sure more people probably come to the room for autographs and everything, but it's awesome just to be able to sit there with him every day and talk to him, and just to watch him out on the field. It's a blessing on my part as well.
And Bernie, for you as one of the co-captains with Keenan, what does this mean for you to see him do this?
I mean, I think everything's been said about it. You know, it's just so good for him. He deserves it. He's such a hard worker, and he's so humble about it. Like, just listen to him, just shrug off the NCAA rushing title. You're like, yeah, it's just a number. Like, what? Yeah, it's a pretty big number, right? So I mean, that just speaks a lot about Keenan, and we're just blessed to have him, and it's been great working with him as co-captain, and we couldn't have a better leader for our team.
Just talk about the job you did in the red zone today. You forced 4 field goals. Obviously, they helped you by missing 2 of them, but you guys really, tightened up when it counted.
Yeah, we definitely, pride ourselves whenever teams start creeping in our territory, started getting our red zone. That's when we really want to tighten up. Obviously we want to keep them out of there, but whenever they start getting there, we kind of treat it like they're getting in our house, and once someone gets in your house, you're gonna do anything to defend it. So it just speaks a lot about our defense. I was just really happy with the way we responded in the red zone. That was a really good team, and to keep them off the board like that and force that many field goals, it's a pretty good day. And I mean, it just gave us a chance to win, and luckily it was enough.
Yeah, Will, can you speak to the performance as a whole? I mean, the offense once again kind of slow, maybe a little bit in the first half, and what that means for you guys to be able to kind of hold the fort, as Wag said earlier, while the offense kind of got its footing there before it took off.
Yeah, it was our coaches were definitely talking to us on the sideline and just reminding us don't flinch, and just to see like our guys having to punt a lot, that kind of hits you, but definitely we had to come in and step up, and I think we did a good job of it. But